Sometimes I just lean over and I knock on a letter to share it. And I sometimes press the wrong letters. You know? Hold on a second. All right, all right. To the guys that bought a Cameo, I haven't even done your Cameo yet. I will. But I asked you the one question because some people, you put it in the wrong, it doesn't sound right. You put your name in, I think, for the person you sent it to, but it happens all the time. The bachelor party, dude. If you're here, hold on a second. I'm not putting your whole bachelor party on my car or my thing, though. Just your name. If they want to buy one, they can. You know, maybe they should buy one just to, congratulate you for getting married. You know what I mean? Happy prison sentence to you. I said a happy prison sentence. That's what I sing to people getting married, and they just crack up. They played it one time in front of 150 people, and I was kidding around. I said, "Hey, Uncle John, easy on the open bar," and his name was Uncle Tom, and he was the biggest drunk, and they had an open bar. Just the connection was unreal. I think they're divorced now because he kept walking around the house going, "Thank you." This is so funny. I got 11 people on here. I go live on TikTok Friday morning. There'll be 200 people there within seconds. Like I'm saying, you guys are a filler. You're nice people, but yeah, you're not where I make the money. So, appreciate these times in between TikTok blocks. We can all come together for a week, then bye bye. That almost looked like the Playboy Bunny. Bye bye. You know what I mean? Oh, that was my other joke too. I forgot. The Playboy Bunny magazine my father used to get. Creator post. All right, we're good to go. All right, people will come in here thinking I'm slamming a bottle of Everclear. It's called what? Clickbait? Clickbait? Rickroll? Is it Rickroll? I forget. I'm just sharing this to H3's Reddit. We're in talking stages, but we've been talking for years. So they send me itinerary. It's like Tosh.0. They give you the plane tickets. You meet the dude. They give you $100 for food. It's an itinerary for a guest. Now, until I see that, I don't believe anything. But Daniel's usually legit. He's like, are you going to be chill? And I'm like, I'm shoe nice. You've had plenty more freaks than me on your show or in your studio. You know what I mean? Like people that hate them now. All right, we're good to go. All right, guys, what we're going to do here is oh, there's my hater. How you doing? You're not Mr. Beast, dude. You're Mr. Yeast. Go and time out and clean the toilets. You know what I mean? We need a moderator in here. We're just going to waste some time for a little bit. A couple hours. You guys better watch out in Illinois. I'm a weather freak, and I took meteorology and rehab. And you better watch out because Illinois, like south of Chicago, that moisture and everything combines into tornadoes. And it's terrible what happened in that parish outside of New Orleans downtown. Fitness Frank, what's up, bro? What were you doing? Working out with Jane Fonda? You'd let her sit on your face, bro. That's not the real muscles glasses. That's not the real muscles glasses. No way. It says Epic Mealtime's a bunch of pussies. Like Harley who sucked the dicks of all the people on PKA. PK gay. Oh, look at me. I'm the server inventor for Minecraft. Woody's gamer tag. How long can you live off of a server? And I don't even know what that means. They keep begging me to come back on their show. No, you come on my show. I'm more relevant than PKA, I might not have as many views, but who the hell are they? And FPS Russia let me down because I was brought up in a Russian family. Like my father met a Russian chick, and her father was like Russian mafia. So, like literally plastic on the couches, and all the kids go downstairs when they beat up somebody that owed them money and bring them to New York. Vestal, all Russian mafia. Visto Vistastia, Yatsabyabubu, Mashka Bushka, Mashka Bushka. I'd have like 99-year-old great grandmothers. We had no blood relation, but my father did so much work for the gangster, his wife's father, that they just accepted me and my brothers, like for real, man. So, but I don't. It doesn't matter who you are. You know what I mean? Putin's an asshole. Putin needs to be hung in the courtyard. You know what I mean? Is that Muscles glasses for real? I thought you and Kyle. Who's Kyle? FPS Russia? He bullshitted. He's a redneck. And he acted like he was Russian, doing Russian weapons. And when I went on PKA, the first thing was, wait, who's this? FPS Russia? I thought you were from Russia. Nah, I'm just a redneck like Woody and this other dude. Then Harley comes in, talks shit about me. What I want to do is I want to box PKA. All three of them nerds. It's like Hollywood squares. Hollywood don't cares. They think they're relevant and they're not. Woody's gamer tag is the biggest nerd I've ever met on YouTube. And his sidekicks just cracked me up. And on that show, and people still come in to this day. I don't know why they keep mentioning my name like 8th Street. Damn, that hand's going to knock out Logan Paul. You can tell. Logan Paul publicly turned me down. I'm not going to fight that old man. What are you talking about? Let's do backyard. Like Kimbo Slice. I'm Kimbo Nice. Let's just, but it's so funny. Yeah, I'm going to have to build up through IP2. I'm going to fight OG Geezer in Vegas. So I'm going on a vacation. I'm going down to LA to meet up with H3. We're going to have lunch in an undisclosed location. And then we're going to build, we've known each other a decade. So then I think his oldest kid loves me on YouTube, and he just shoe nice. And they want me to be the clown at the birthday party. That's all I'm predicting, because it's just weird how all suddenly I'm back in their lives again. It's only when they need me. It's for real, man. Ethan knows he has a lot of, and he needs that Howard Stern and, that new show, Shoe Nice. And Ethan, I'll take over that show. Eventually, Hila will divorce Ethan for me, and I'll be the stepdad of his kids. And that's the tough thing that he's trying to get over, I mean, she's not even my type, Ethan. You know what I mean? It's not my fault she posted all over Twitter about me. You're the one that got jealous, dude. So either way, I own you guys. You don't really own me. We never owned each other. I remember when you had 700 subscribers on YouTube and you smoked a joint. Ethan I was like, damn, how are you smoking weed on YouTube? But everything happened so fast within a year. Just like RWJ, Pootie Pie, Jenna Gargles, Shoe Nice, LAB, Furious Pete. YouTube started out as just like Japanese tsunami videos. Like for real, that was like the first major event. And then you could ask Obama a question, and hey, it's Chris on YouTube. Hey, Mr. Obama, are you going to take your wife, Hillary Clinton, and her pedophile husband, Bill, and the loser Biden family and scam $1 billion combined between your three families using the government as your status pro? Oh, my bad. That was another Obama? Exactly. You know what I mean? Half Irish, half black. Everybody's a scammer. Doesn't matter the color of the skin. Biden, Clinton, Obama. Just go home. You got your $1 billion using the U.S. government. Just go home. Can we go home? Is there any way we can go home and get Trump back here 2024? Get gas prices down to 80 cents a gallon because it's all being pumped out of, Alaska. I don't know. I'm just, predicting the future. Hopefully Putin don't do something stupid. You people got to realize you got to get 50 pounds of rice. Because if you have 50 pounds of rice, you're going to make it past that next stage of everybody else chasing that last can of ravioli down the street. Now, you guys got that rice. I'll be sitting at Staples. I'll be making, I'll have Elmer's glue, fucking fountains, dip your pencil erasers in it, notebook paper burritos. It's got protein in it. You eat a bottle of glue, it's just like eating a double Whopper. Google it. Just Google Elmer's glue is healthy for you. So if you want to meet me at Staples, stay out of my glue and eraser aisle. Go eat the copy paper. You know what I mean? All right, guys, so we're here. And this guy just said, do that. But this is coming through. We got that set up. All right, guys, what we're going to do is we got a moderator. Hey, are you here, Filthy Frank? I'm sorry. Fitness Frank. Filthy Frank is HTB. And I made HTB because Max Mofo came in after I made him famous. And How to Basic said, hey, can you like and favorite this video on your Facebook? I'm like, dude, you picked up an umbrella and set it down. I know. So I shared that on his Facebook and Twitter, and How to Basic blew up. How to Basic is the whole Max Mofo, iDubbbz, Filthy Frank gang. There's like 8 hands going into that whole studio. The disappearance of Filthy Frank. I know everything, but I felt like I just needed some status quo. So somebody asked me as a question on TikTok. It wasn't like I just exposed somebody. They said, yo, expose How to Basic. And I thought everybody knew that was the child of how Max Mofo. The dude with the forehead, Max Mofo's buddy on Cold Ones, he wasn't even in the picture. It was like Ethan and Filthy Frank. It was like the Asian Australian connection. It was Filthy Frank. It was Max Mofo. It was iDubbbz and a couple other dudes. When they showed their faces and did crazy stuff on Max Mofo, they turned themselves around and do a How to Basic video. Did I expose How to Basic? Yeah. Can it get me viral on TikTok? We'll see. Max Mofo come in and said, dude, can you share my video? And iDubbbz, he thinks he's a tough guy. I'll box iDubbbz. I guess he's got some kind. I don't fly to Australia. You come see me on the West Coast. You know what I mean? And then I knock you out. iDubbbz, he's not as small as you think, but I'll tell you, my hand is as big as his first line on his Ancestry.com. I punch him, his fucking grandmother gets, that's not nice, grandfather gets knocked out. The Australian connection is How to Basic. I made How to Basic. I was like, what are you talking about? I'll pick up an umbrella and set it down. I'm doing charity work because I had the biggest Facebook and Twitter out of any YouTuber next to Pootie. We didn't even know who Mr. Beast was. He was still trying to grow the beard. He's trying to $54 million a year. Just get implants, dude. Still trying to grow a beard. But he'll never catch PewDiePie only because we had that battle between PewDiePie and the Indian channel. And you can't beat India channel. You're going to get 1 billion views every video. What was T-Series? Remember that? So it's like Fury. I mean, that's just bank. That dude's just having fun with his friends, making $54 million a year. The commercials come up on my videos. His mom's sitting in there grocery shopping on the internet. Hold on a second, Mom. What, son? Don't do anything until you go to this coupon site. Really? Like they're trying to, but they pay him bank. They pay him bank, man. He blew up Hess. Dude Perfect was always like that. Stable, yeah. nobody's gonna touch us. But yeah, I did. Dude Perfect ever do a video with Mr. Beast? I think they did something. Oh, we got some haters in here. Hey, Fitness Frank. All right, dude. Make sure you post and put it in a copy paste. It'll be easier for you. Just say if you want to get on the wall, click on this link and send it. You know what I mean? We're just going to pick up some airtime just because we're on IP2. And there'll just be people coming in, and we'll get 20, 30 people that subscribe every time that we go live for at least an hour. So, look at all these people that are nobodies. Oh, we're going to pass this bitch. I didn't mean that. James Worley. I just crossed the dude that sells T-shirts. He buys from all... oh, shit. I'm not going to rip on anybody. But I'm not representing Denver. Not for a while, dude. You know, I might go back and... Nah, I won't. Nah. I represent the Central Valley of California, bro. I drive down the road. I'll eat almonds and oranges off trees, dude. You know what I mean? It's a good place to be in case there was ever an apocalypse. I'd rather be in like the fruit basket of the world. You know what I mean? It's just like, I just love watching the orchards as they just progress, grow, fruit, blossom, grow, fruit, blah, 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 blah. Cut them down, burn them down, replace them. And then every just orchard has its own stage of becoming a little tiny plant, becoming, you know, in the orchard for 10 years, looking at his grandfather saying, yeah, it's time to move on, Grandpa. And then they get cut down. And that's happened for a couple 100 years, if not 300, 400. And this used to all be a desert. So this all went down, all the way down to Death Valley and stuff. You know, and then, you know, people just came down into a valley and said, holy shit, there's Tony the Tiger. All right, Fitness Frank, here we go. I think we're looking good. Hey, everyone, on IP2 Shoe Nice again. Basically, a lot of people have been asking me, how did you become such a legend? I'm like, I'm not a legend. There's only 33 people watching me, and one's a freak that does gymnast videos. I'm just kidding, Frank. But anyways, so yeah, we just, I don't know. I was always that dude that just hung out with the nerds. And then my buddy moved next to me, and there was a thing called the beer ball. And the beer ball was when you and 5 other buddies just went to somebody's house at lunchtime when you could drive as a junior or senior in Averill Park represent. And yeah, it was just like we'd slam that whole beer ball and go back to school. But I was that dude that made sure that there was no more beer left in that, you know, beer ball. So eventually, me and my buddies, but this is after I slammed a bunch of liquor at 8th grade bus stop. Me and my little brother both went into blackouts in 8th grade on our last day at school. And he was 2 years before me. I was in 10th grade when he came home from his 8th grade blackout. So anyways, we're just chilling, and I'm just like, yo, man. He's like, just take your fucking Volkswagen Bug to school. Screw your stepmother. My stepmother was just this evil woman. She thought she could raise the world. So I'm like, all right, dude, start it up. I hope she don't wake up. He's like, yo, look at this. I'm like, what's this? He's like, I don't know, a bunch of wine and stuff from my mom's house. His mom was evil. Now, the guy we're talking about hung himself over a chick that left him. Don't ever kill yourself because a dude or a chick left you. In the end, you'll realize they were just nasty anyways. It always gets better. You don't even have to call a 1-800 number and talk to a stranger. I'm telling you right now, I'm 53. I've been to hell and back 5 times in my year. Everything gets better. You kill yourself over a chick, she wins twice. Thank you. So anyways, this dude is just like, yo, man, you ever smoke a joint? I'm like, one time with my brother when I was like 11. He's like, well, try this one out. man, this is better than the one my brother smoked with me 3 years ago. So now I'm a pothead and I love beer. And I just love going to high school drunk. So like my father's just like, you got problems, man. You should go to the private school with your little brother. I'm like, no problem. I'll go. I'll go to Doane Stewart. It was just this really, really elite school. My father was probably the most broke parent there, or the lowest richest person there, and he ran the electric company. So like we were like the average dudes from a public high school that went to meet a bunch of like the cartel's daughters, the Mexicans. They lived at the school on the fourth floor. We call them the boarders. They used to take a van over the when the mall just started, where you could walk around and play in the arcade, and all these Mexican daughter cartel would come meet me, my little brother. We all look like the outsiders. I don't know. We were Averill Park. Just they always said something about the water. Everybody out of Averill Park is just a good-looking dude. So we would meet all these Mexicans, and they would just have like tequila sent from home. And I'm trying to play Pac-Man. I'm playing Donkey Kong. You know what I mean? I'm trying to eat up ghosts, and barrels are coming at me. You ever pass out at an arcade back in 1985? Exactly. So we're just, and then I just start, I was just like, wow, man, this is really good scotch. So, like, really rich kids with BMWs, Mercedes, me and my brother and my two friends, we're pulling up in like a Volkswagen Bug, like the movie Half Baked. What's up? Rolling down the windows like Cheech and Chong. And it's just like everybody had everything better. So my father thought he was fixing me to send me to this rich elite school. They just had better scotch, better weed. Wow, cocaine before math class? I didn't know. And I was just like, if you ever want to ask somebody if they do cocaine, and you just want to know if they do cocaine, just say, hey, do you do cocaine? And if they go like this, nah, they do cocaine. Just mention the words. Just say, hey, did you ever do coke? Nah. They'll reach for their nose. I just hung around with a bunch of cocaine addicts. I'd do a line and I was good for months, but they just had to keep getting 8 balls, you know what I mean? Eventually your nose gets just too packed, you know what I mean? You know what I mean. Exactly. Well, is it Friday yet? It will be. Don't waste your old check on drugs. And you wake up Monday morning broke. I did it all the time at the clubs. So yeah, I mean, it's just like one day there was like this music recital. We're getting drunk and shit. And I was like, watch this. So I just took this pair of like clippers I found on the janitor's cart. It was metal clippers, and I just clipped 2 of the strings on the piano. And I was just like, I didn't know the piano was going to be used for a recital where this Japanese student's parents came in from Japan. And I was just like, she started playing. We're all just sitting there. and it just went donk. And she just started crying and ran out of the room. And everybody just looked at me. The kids, the parents. I'm like, wow, I didn't do it. I knew I was screwed. So the next day, I come into school. Now, I'm on the discipline committee. That means that I sit with students, the headmistress, a couple teachers, and we decide when a student's bad, like they light up the fire. I'm like a homicide detective. I can look you in the eye and know you're not telling me the truth within a second because I don't blink. And everybody's like, dude, you find a cop in the fog 2 miles away. So some chick lit this locker on fire. And we were all outside, and I'm discipline committee. I'm the baddest student in school. It was like 25 people per grade. And this chick, Shannon, was all bugging out. And I was like, I called over the, what was he called? Not the principal, like the dean of students. I'm like, there's your guilty person right there. I'm like, did you start the fire in your locker? And she's like, so I was like the man. I was like that dude. Now that day, I had to quit the discipline committee. I had to quit and go in front of it the next day. Now my father and stepmother were already contacted. All I did was cut two strings on a piano. Was that all I did? Yeah, that's all I did. And so it was a big deal. Oh my God. And yeah, they sat me down and they said, did you cut the strings on the piano? And I said, no, Your Honor. I'm a class clown. And these two little nerds come in, Dumb and Dumber. And they literally like put their right hand up. Not really, but they're like, yeah, I seen him cut it. And I'm like, dude, you know you're never going to be able to go to a Don't Stewart party for the next 2 years because I'm going to be there. And they just ratted on me. My first two snitches. So I'm just like, yeah, what are we going to do here? What are we going to do here? They're like, just go home. Just go home. The next day I show up, right? And it was weird because my father was already gone and he never went to work till after I got on the bus. So I got to school, right? And, Mr. Shuey, can you come down to the lesbian virgin headmistress office? So I go down there and I open. There's my father, stepmother, my little brother, the dean of students, and the headmistress. Just some nun with a big mole on her face. Well, Christopher, we think you have a problem drinking. Duh, doesn't take a rocket surgeon. You know what I mean? It's your fault. And I pointed at my stepmother. You're the one that wanted me to go to the private school. I was just drinking draft beer in high school. Now you got me on scotch cocaine. You know what I mean? They said, is there any way you can go with us to this Conifer Park? And I'm like, no problem. We'll go have a conversation. Now, my mom's a raging drunk. Rest in peace. She died at 56 from the vodka. And we go to the Conifer Pub. Really nice place. Real. Oh, my God. Hot chicks swimming in the pool, working out. And I'm just like, yeah, my mom's a drunk. He's like, well, your parents, not my parents, my father's here with my bitch-ass stepmother. Well, your father and stepmother are here, and they have your clothes, and we're going to put you in rehab for 7 weeks. I'm like, what? Look at Fitness Frank working out all day. That dude's, you're getting a workout just blocking people, dude. It's perfect because you know what I mean? I can tell a story, and my haters, they give me the ad revenue. Let me see if we still got ads here. As long as I didn't say anything too bad, right? Come on, give me an ad, YouTube. All right, hold on. Let me go fix it because the story's just begun. Oh, no, let me go on my other channel to see. Put everybody that comments in timeout, dude. Just everybody. We don't care about their opinions. You're supposed to be listening to me, Filthy Frank. Fitness Frank. Sorry for calling you an Australian Asian. My bad, dude. All right, let me switch. Let me switch this account real quick. All right, we got to fix the ads. That's just because the hater will constantly report. But once I go in and fix it, then Google will come in and just say, yeah, there's nothing going on here. We can't accept. And then we'll get back to the story. Oh my God, dude, you blocked so many people. 190 proof on a roof slam. That's why we're getting viewers, dude. But then they stick around for the story. Because in the end, I did drink Everclear on a roof. Along with chipmunk shit. It's not a people said it was squirrel. All right. This is glitching. Sorry, I'm just fixing this, Frank. Somebody remind me where we are at the story. I remember going to rehab. This is going to be a great movie. I'm the real Forrest Gump. Hold on. Oh, this is perfect. I never even had the ads on. That's perfect. I never even had the ads on. So all the reports go unfiltered. Beautiful. Hello, wow. It's pennies, but yeah. Now we contradicted and contracted. Let me see my ad. Probably not. Yeah, let me switch it over. Let me see. This looks like B-rated shit. Is the camera that bad? Let me see an ad. Come on. Give me a damn ad. Let me go back. Anybody if somebody refresh, see if they see an ad. Maybe it's the title. 190 proof slam. Maybe it's the title. Let's switch out the title. The title. No, I'm going to do one more refresh. I got confidence in YouTube. Anybody see an ad if they refreshed it right now? Anybody see an ad if they refreshed it? That just like... All right, here we go. Yeah. I requested it. It'll come back. Damn, Fitness Frank doing a workout, bro. I just seen all the people you blocked in like 20-minute conversation. I do apologize, guys. I went to my other channel and I checked out the monetization on a video that's not even on there. All right, here we go. Request review. Here we go. Now we're good. Haters will work all day just to try and get pennies from you, dude. It's insane. That'd be a good lawsuit against YouTube someday. Where's the dude at? I do apologize for my cotton mouth. I've been eating cotton all day. I do apologize. That's esophagus ASMR waterfall. I like to throw some things in there sometimes. All right, here we go. We're back in business, man. My back's killing me. Oh, man. I got to get me one of them gamer seats. I might be moving my studio into the bedroom, guys, just for the putting the sun in the right direction at the right times. It's all about the lighting. You know what I mean? What am I doing here? Oh, yes, what you got? We started out there, actually, in this apartment. Oh, we got ads. We got ads, baby. We got ads for my second channel. Become a legend. Get the Hero Wars game, everybody. Get the Hero Wars game. I think it's from the Terminator. Beautiful. All right, filthy. I won't say that again, Fitness Frank. But in the end, you're both insane. In the end, you guys both have a lot of similarities. Fitness Frank and Filthy Frank. If anybody wants to get a workout, go to Fitness Frank. That dude will make your calves sink into the depths of society. All right, guys. So we're back. We are back. You haven't seen me on TikTok lately? You know why? Because I can't go live till Friday morning because I lip synced NWA straight out of Compton. Straight out of Compton, crazy ass. I had my mind. You didn't even see me lip sync the N word, but I threw up the Crip sign, and a sawed-off shotgun, Ice Cube blowing up police officers. But they have that song on their song list. So you go on TikTok, I just want to eat a can of noodles in under 30 seconds. I'm going to put straight out of Compton there. And it's got the N word, the F word, the T word, the C, the G, and the TNT to the MTV. You know what I mean? So it's just like, well, there's somebody that doesn't like me on TikTok, and most of them love me. You gotta just, I just can't lip sync anymore. So when we go live on TikTok this Friday morning, all I'm gonna do is sit around and say, hey, is there any way you can gift me? Remember me? Hey, is there any way you can gift me? Remember me? Because when I go live on TikTok, the whole stream is filled with people going, I thought you died from rat poison. Now, I guess if you Google Shoe Nice dies from rat poison, really popular story. I didn't even know what was going on at the time because I was just a drunken troll slamming a bottle every day. But eventually it caught up. But then at the same time, I changed my main YouTube channel name. Never should have done that. I changed Shoe Nice 22 to The Shoe Nice, 3 different words. And my SEO, like if you Google Shoe Nice right now, there's probably what, 500,000 research things or whatever that come up. You scroll forever and ever and ever. Shoe Nice 22, my real name, Christopher Thomas Shoey. I mean, it's just so funny, like what the haters put into it and what I put into it, the 10,000 videos I uploaded and then deleted. You know what I mean? Are we ready again? All right, we're ready again, right? So anyways, yeah, I'm just like sitting in this office and they're like, we're going to send you to rehab for 7 weeks. I'm like, did he say 7 days? Because I'm a pothead, you know? I'm on fucking cocaine and shit because my father sent me to this nice high school. They said, hey, you work with the program, whatever. So yeah, I'm like, these hot bitches walk by and they're like, look at, oh my God, is that the kid from the Outsiders movie? And I'm like, all right, I'll come in here for 7 weeks. Dirty business in there. So everybody's just like, there's like 180 adults. Then there's the minor unit, like 17 or below. Just a bunch of people hanging out talking about drugs. You know, my older brother, my younger brother, my father and stepmother, they had to come to family 4. That's where 4 families sat around. You really got into the depths of why. I was sitting with fucking freaks, man. This one-eyed farmer kid just drank like 2 cases a night. Couldn't even talk anymore. He was already wet brain. Then one chick that wouldn't stop hitting on me, she did a line of cocaine at a party a year prior to, and somebody ratted her out and her parents said, go to rehab. It was all about the money. They didn't give a shit. If your father or mother had a really good job where their insurance covered your kid's addiction and sent them to rehab, come on in, come on in. So I'm just sitting there and I'm just like, so I got her, that crazy dude, and this other chick, and everybody's my father's like, I'm like, shut the fuck up, Dad. You're a complete asshole. You left our mom for this fucking hairy vagina, and you could tear your father up, and they couldn't say anything about it. I'm like, I'm smoking cigarettes now. What are you gonna do about it? So yeah, my brother said, I'm gonna sneak in a roach next weekend. And I told my buddies, and they're like, oh man, I'm just like trying to be cool in rehab. And I'm like, hey man, my brother's gonna bring us a roach. And this little bitch ratted me out. So I'm just laying in bed and the counselor comes in. Pee in this cup right now. I can't pee in this cup in front of you. I got stage fright. I said, turn your head. I can't pee right now. I got to put my hand in warm water. And he's like, wow, if this guy's trying to pee that much, he's not getting high. And he apologized to me. So, anyways, down the road, I just became this. I was always just diesel, man. I just was born with just beast muscle, and then I'm graduating. All these bitches crying because I'm leaving. Can't wait to see an outpatient. Outpatient, my ass. And you have to walk around a circle in front of everybody that just came in yesterday or graduating tomorrow after you. It's called the circle. And I'm just walking the circle and I'm like, Tony, thanks for telling me about acid. Can't believe it. Because Liz with the bug eyes, I'll never forget Liz. She got a phone call, landline, no cell phones. So she ran to the office. She said, Chris, keep walking. I'm like, no problem. So I'm like walking on, you guys really helped me. And she went to the office. I'm like, class clown in me. Yo, man, the acid. Now, mushrooms, you can't buy them mushrooms at the store. You got to get them from somebody else. My father sent me to rehab to get me off of booze. And I learned. So as I'm walking around, yo, I'm going to have a cake party for everybody here. Fuck this. Now, Liz hung up the phone and she snuck down the aisle. And you could see one of her eyes peeking like Bugs Bunny Roadrunner show. And up at her and she looked at me and she's like, everybody in your beds right now. Now, I'm a 49-day graduate from a rehab cracking jokes about tripping on acid that I never even heard about. A little piece of paper, you get fucked up for 12 hours. So I kind of corrupted the whole scene. And the next morning, I wake up with John, and John never liked me. Hey, we're going to have to go talk to your parents because he read the report from last night. Now, God sent, we're walking down the hall. My father, stepmother, and my brother's waiting there for me. Come over to the intercom. Hey, we have John. Can you get down to the A meeting? Frank's not here right now. So there's 125 adults waiting for a community AA meeting, and they're just like, "Yo," or he's just like, "Yo, wait in the office. Don't sign out." And I get down the office, and the secretary comes up. Hey, congratulations. Nothing's communicated. There's no cell phones, nothing. It comes over the intercom. He's got to do a 30-minute AA meeting. I figure I got 27 minutes left. Oh, it's a really good time here. Well, just sign out here. And my father looks at me, and he's like, surprise. We're going to take you to Aruba for your sobriety graduation. I'm like, great, are we going now? Let's just go. I want McDonald's. Let's get out of here. So we made it out, but John knew I had to come back to outpatient next Saturday morning. That's what my pot dealer does here in California. He got straight, but he still sells weed to me because that's his business. And I'm just like, yo, we go to Aruba. We go to Aruba. Like literally, like we left my rehab and it was our spring break at that same time. So my father planned Aruba. And Aruba only had like 2 hotels on it at the time. It's huge now, but like Aruba was just an island. But my father was like the first person in timeshare. It was like the first year anything timeshare, RVB, whatever rentals was in there. My father just always had to be that dude. That's why we've seen Star Wars movies, Return of the Jedi, E.T. Every movie, George Lucas, Steven Spielberg, we were in line waiting for hours to go see that movie. So when we got out of that and my father went back to work, he could critic that movie before anybody else. The cameras, everything. My father had everything digital before anybody else realized that was relevant. Even the microwave. So we're just like, yo, man, hanging out in Aruba. Me and my brother, he's as good looking as me. We're just sitting out tan. These bitches come up to us. What's up? What's up? And we just had like 6 bitches on us. And we're just chilling. They're like, hey, you want to smoke some weed? And I'm like, fuck it, I just got out of rehab. Hee hee hee. So we're all fucking smoking joints and shit. Me and my brother got our own joint for ourselves the first night. And when we unrolled it, the wind blew it all away on the beach. Oh, we're trying to chase nothing. But then we met these rich hot bitches, a father just like ours, and we're just like, yo, and they're like, hey. I was like, what's this, Jack Daniels? Fuck yeah. So we're fucking hammered, stoned, hanging out with hot bitches, celebrating me getting out of rehab on sobriety. It would be a beautiful movie. So, anyways, we go home and everything. I'm so straight. These chicks actually stalked us like on the plane. I mean, it was crazy. My father was a young looking dude, and he had three of us because I think my older brother was with us on that one first trip. And the lady at the ticket booth at the air, oh, four brothers. I'm like, and that's how fucking my father used to get hit on by chicks riding down the road on their bikes going, ee-hee. And they were like chicks I rode the school bus with, yelling at my father. It's just built in the blood, you know what I mean? I'll be 53 in May. Go have your fun. I went back to drinking. I got out of rehab. I'm still in the private school. But now I know about acid and mushrooms. I never even knew about acid. I didn't know that I could see Smurfette on a roller coaster and then hang out with the Grateful Dead and Shakedown Street all in one trip off of a little tiny piece of paper. They just told me stories in bed. It was like four of us just laying in. We all had our own bed. But we would just lay in bed and, oh man, one time me and my buddy did 2 tabs. We're just, what's Shakedown Street? What's bagels with cream cheese? Friend of a devil is a friend of mine. If I get home before daylight, I just might get some sleep tonight. You don't get any sleep after a Grateful Dead show. Nobody goes home and sleeps the first night after, unless you're some straight person. I hated them people. Get out of our way. You might knock over our granola bars. So yeah, well, ended up Shannon. He hung himself over a chick. Don't kill yourself over anybody. And I'm just like, yeah, man, I just can't do this anymore. He's like, let's run away. What do you mean run away, dude? Can't run away. Let's just run away. So we run away, steal a car, steal some of my father's checks, come back, and I'm just like, yeah, I just want to go back and just be Oh, hey, hold on. That was before the junior year. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. So, yeah, now I'm all jacked up. And I get, no, that was the stealing of the car, graduating. Never graduated. Oh yeah, so we're just hanging out, right? And rehab. Got out of rehab. Oh yeah, I went back to school. What the fuck's going on here? All right, I got out of rehab. We went to Aruba. My father said I smell beer on your breath. I said, kiss my ass. I'm moving out. So I was still in that junior year. This is where the roofing story comes in. Sorry it's taking long, but we make money. Let me see if we got ads here. Give me an ad, will you, YouTube? For Christ's sakes. Let me go to my other channel. Make sure you guys get a Cameo if you want to be on the Cameo wall for $10. The link is in the description. Blow me, and you get your name on the wall. You get free text to me forever, like for real. There's a free fan club. It's all about Cameo. I've done more than Chuck Norris. John Stoner and Fitness Frank in here. Hell yeah. Brick's probably jealous as a motherfucker. Brick's probably going, well, who are these guys? Well, no, he knows you guys. He knows. You guys know him. So anyways, yeah, don't ever call me big boy, pussy. It's your boy. You're a little bitch. So yeah, we get out of rehab. How you been, man? I remember you. So my father's like, "Hey, I smell beer on your breath." I'm like, "Really? Doesn't take a rocket surgeon?" And he's like, I'm like, "Listen, Dad, I'm 17. Yeah, it's time for us to go." You just my older brother moved out a year prior, and my little brother, all the kids were gone by 17 because of the stepmom. Just an evil woman. Like if you had dirty socks before she put them in the washer, you would have to clean them in the sink. Yeah, come on, will you? We used to play like Monopoly, not Monopoly, the game of life. By the end of the game, we just fighting. I mean, over the stupidest shit. I mean, it just wasn't where we were supposed to be. So I said, I'm going to move out. And he's like, "Oh, where are you going to go?" "I'm going to go live with Jeff." And Jeff, my brother, was a roofer at the time with his best friend, his other best friend, and this other dude. And the older brother was a cook. So I just said, "Yo, Jeff, I'm moving out." He's like, "Dude, if you move in, you got to work." My older brother was a bigger dick than my father. Just don't disrespect me. It was like the outsiders, like roofer, good looking dudes just partying, wrestling on the couch with soda pop, bitches in and out. I used to watch the window for the roommate, the chef. He had like the biggest hoo in Troy, New York. So he was just a stud, and he paid me. All right, just all you gotta do is just cough real loud or something. And I was just like, okay. So man, I was like, "Yo, Jeff, man, when I was in rehab, they talked about this acid. Oh, don't do acid, dude." So then the next day we go roofing. Now my brother's roofing with his best friend. That dude saved my little brother's life, the father. So it's all family oriented. It's like my older brother, best friend, the little brother. They'll do anything for the Shuey brothers. We all roof together. So the first morning I take off my day from private school, and I'm just like, yeah. And I'm like, "Oh my God, here's Sean." I dishwashed with him at 15. He was hanging out with us in the apartment yesterday. I'm like, "Dude, you work here?" He's like, "Yeah, man." A really tough wrestling dude from Troy, New York. And I'm just like, I just start cleaning up the garbage like a lot quicker than him. He just a stoner and looking at his pager, and I'm just a beast. Me and my brothers, we just were born with hands that just pick up bundles of shingles. And I'm loading them into the barrel. I clean up the whole ground. And everybody's just like, "Damn, I'm carrying bundles up the shop. I'm putting them on the pick like a waiter." And they're like, "What the fuck? You make the same geeky faces as your older brother." Because, like, we carry something. Hey. So everybody just laughing, having a good time. They just bring you McDonald's, and if you wanted a bag of weed, it would come out of your check. So the father was I love that dude. I won't say his real name, but yeah, everybody got a half ounce of weed for like 40 in a paycheck. I'm like, "This is the greatest job ever." Who wants to put a suit and tie on and wait for the boss to walk by? If he don't have a joint in his hand, he's not your boss. So the next day I show up, and Big Bill's just like, "Yeah, we're not going to have Sean here." I said, "What? Why? What do you mean?" He's like, "Dude, you do the work of three men." I said, "You can't." I'm not, I quit. I quit. I walked away. That dude, we dishwashed together. He was the first dude to smoke a bowl with me. I said, "Nah." And he's like, all right, we'll keep him. And my brother's like, "You got," I said, "Kiss my ass, dude. Yeah, it's your friend. We hang out at night and drink, and you don't even care he gets fired." So we all hang out that night, drinking like the outsiders, the roofing outsiders. And the dude's just like, "Hey, man," I said, "I called Big Bill, and they said they're going to keep you." He's like, "Thanks, man." So I just taught him how to do the whole wheelbarrow, setting up a plank, running it up a dumpster. It's a waste of time. You take two 55-gallon drums, plastic garbage cans. You set them on the ground and you just shovel that shit in with a glove. The more times you handle debris, the longer it takes. So if you're just coming up and you're just sitting there and you're banging out these shingles in the 50, I just put them on my shoulders and just dumped them. You run around the dumpster, everything goes up level. And it was just such a system that me and Davey T took over. Nobody could ever clean a ground like us. You get some two kids looking in an alley. The house is only this far apart. Shingle, you gotta just eat into it. Me and Davey T got hired for these condominium. I was Shoe Money. No, I was Shoe Nice. He was T Money. We had he's a millionaire right now because of me. Would he ever buy me a house? No, he's like H3. So I'm just like, yo, man, we go into these, they go, come here. Four dudes would be like, I can't. It'd be like 4 layers of tin, 3 layers of shingle. This is a valley, if you know what I'm talking about. And me and Dave would get on each side with them new rippers and just tear that shit down. So anyways, my buddy Joey Green, he called me Shoo in 5th grade. He used to write Cream, The Doors, Pink Floyd on his album, on his book covers. And I'd be like, because we used to wrap our books in paper bags just to protect them. It was mandatory. And the dude was just like, yo, man. I'm like, what the fuck is who? Pink Floyd? Cream? The Doors? I was suppressed from the music scene till I met this dude. Now I'm like, I quit that high school, went to the private school, but I was always friends with everybody at AP. And then I brought in Doan Stewart, Lansingburg, and I used to have parties with 3 different high schools, from dropout ghetto dudes to like highly elite fucking kids of major real estate brokers. The Shuey brothers. We brought the world together in upstate New York. So I'm just like, yeah, man. He's like, you want a trip? And I'm like, what do you mean, dude? I don't have a car. He's like, no, I got 2 tabs. So that was my first time putting a hit of acid on my tongue. So I'm just sitting around and a smile just came on. You know your first time tripping on acid. Do mushrooms and it'll help your depression for real. If you're anxious or depressed or don't know where to go in life, just eat mushrooms every night and you can write a movie. And I'm just sitting there and I'm just like, what was supposed to happen? And he goes, just wait. He goes, we might as well get on the bus. We'll go up to the laundromat. I'm like, all right. So we're on the city bus, and as we're arriving to the laundromat, I felt like I was arriving to Disney World. We went into the laundromat and we were just pretending that we're drying our clothes. And I'm telling you, I was staring into this dryer and I was seeing these t-shirts and button-down shirts and a woman's fucking grandma panties. And I was literally living the life of that person. I was like, I just knew everything about that person from the clothes in the dryer. I'm like, oh my God, that's Brady Bunch t-shirt. And I just like acid, love acid, chomp, chomp, chomp. So I just all summer long, we just driving to Myrtle Beach, chomp, chomp, chomp. I was tripping so hard in Virginia Beach, that these 4-wheeler dudes were chasing around the drug dealer that sold me the acid. Hours before, I was like, I'm going to go help the cops. So we're running around the dumpster. It's the drug dealer that sold me the acid, me tripping, and the cops behind me. And we're all trying to catch the drug dealer. I was like, what am I doing, man? I apologize. I didn't recognize you. You know what I mean? We were standing in a thunderstorm. And down in Virginia Beach, you go down to the end, then you come back up the strip, and that's just people just cruise. Hey, look at we're cruising. You know, bitches jump in your car, jump out of your car. We had this puddle built up by a thunderstorm, and I was just tripping. And I just, every time a car went by, I said, come on, splash me. Now, there's famous videos on TikTok now. This is before the internet. There's famous videos on TikTok now that show people doing that. And we started it. So now we got like 67 cars coming down and coming back up. And they're not just splashing us, they're splashing everybody that's walking by as a tourist. And we just started fucking rolling, man. It was the greatest thing ever. So we never had enough money home. Eventually went back. It's still tripping all summer long. And I'm just like, you know what, guys? I'm going to try high school one more time. You know what I mean? Because I went to the private school, but they put me back a year because of the curriculum. So I was actually going into senior year in 1988 instead of graduating 87. Now, my mom, she lived in the crazy neighborhood, Mount Pleasant, Schenectady, Grant Ave, Mount Pleasant High School. I think there was 4 white kids, and I was one of them. I didn't care. I didn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? But I didn't go to the cafeteria because it was just like that movie Lean On Me or Stand By Me with Morgan Freeman. You know what I mean? So I just go to the gym, and there'd be like 4 or 5 dudes, and they wanted a pickup game, so they would just say, hey, cracker, you want to play? Sure, I'll play. Call me Saltine, please. Cracker's racist. So I'm just kidding. We're just playing basketball. I'm just not that quick. I'm playing with the varsity team. I'm just a fill-in. But I'm just a class clown, so everybody loves me. They threw the ball at his buddy, but he faked it, and he threw it at me. So I'm just like, donk, and just blood everywhere. What the? And everybody just falling on the floor, slapping the ground and shit. You know how gangsters laugh. And I'm just like, the next day, I just come back in with 2 black eyes. But then there was a big, huge gang fight. Like this gang from New York City. Because all the gangsters, roll-offs, the people that couldn't hang in New York City would come upstate. So you'd have the Schenectady, Albany, Troy area that was, you know, the offspring of, you know, people that couldn't be a gangster in New York City. So these gangsters came up to take care of this one dude. Now, they had a lockdown where they locked you down to make you safe from other students and shit. And it was like, yeah, man. I come out, the principal jumped into the shit, and one dude sliced the principal's ear. And I just went home. And I used to walk home every day across the bridge with like 20 other black dudes. And we'd just be like, you know what I mean? We're going to split that pair? There ain't no privilege for any of us, you know what I mean? It's just like, yeah, man. It's just like that whole privilege thing. Kiss my ass. Can't wait to see it. So me and my mom, we would just hang out on our front porch. My mom was just a drunk Irish lass, slamming vodka straight out the bottle. Rest in peace. Died at 56. And I'm like, Mom, I think I'm going to quit high school. What are you going to do? Join the army like your stupid brother and quit? I said, yeah. She's like, I wish you luck. So either way, I was like the real Forrest Gump with my mom, everything. I had a boy with a chick named Jenny. I had braces on my legs when I was a kid. So I headed off to the army. Now, this was the last year you could join the army without your high school diploma. You had to sign this thing that said you would get your GED in your AIT. So I wanted to be, you know, can I fly the stealth bomber? It just came out. He's like, nah, you can be a plumber. I'm like, a plumber? Wow, that's awesome. So I head off to basic training within like a month, heading off to be a plumber. We go to the army and shit. It's crazy because I'm a class clown. I shaved like a question mark in my head. The whole 8 weeks of basic training is a whole nother story. But we're getting into why I'm a roofer. So we just hang out and shit. We still got modern. John, are you still blocking losers? It's a tough job, dude. I might have to pay you. So we're just hanging out and shit. And yeah, man, I'm just like, hold on, I just lost place. Where were we, John? Where were we? The house back then. Army. Getting out of the army. Oh, AIT. So yeah, AIT. I get the highest GED score in Missouri's state history. Literally, like, I opened the letter from the governor of Missouri because I'm in Fort Leonard Wood doing my AIT in the Army in rank, but it's not like basic training, it's mail call. And I'm like, look at this, look at this. And the sergeant's like, come up here, idiot. And he's like, well, Private Shoey's got a fucking high score. You know what I mean? He's like, who helped you cheat? I mean, come on, it's a GED. So that's all I have. I have 16 years of college, $25,000 in student loan debt. I'm hoping to crush with a phone call next week. And all I have is my GED. And look at me now. Exactly. So we're just chilling and stuff. And it's just like, damn, man. You know, I just graduate AIT. I'm going home to be in my reserve unit. And I'm like, fuck the Army. I'm like, for real. And my buddies picked me up from the airport, and I had my duffel bag, all my paperwork, everything to go to my reserve unit, and we threw it in the Hudson River. It was a beautiful drop. You know, and I had to get out of my face, U.S. Army. For the disrespect they treated me as a, you know, and we just moved on. So we know we're hanging out, we're tripping on acid, eating mushrooms and shit. And I'm just like, you know, why don't I just go back to high school, Mom? We can sue Dad for some child support. She's like, good idea. Who put water in my vodka? Now, my mom didn't mind. She always had a gallon of vodka underneath the kitchen sink. If me and my friends would come in, she would hate if you tried to replace it with water. She'd shake that shit and she'd just be like, you know, she called Steve, we'll do it a fake from heaven. So she'd rather you just drink it than add water to it. And we're just chilling and stuff. And I'm like, all right. So now I caught up to my little brother. So I went to basic training, AIT, graduated from the Army, was in a reserve unit, and now I'm going back to high school with my little brother, who's an 89 graduate, and I'm 89 now. So now you got me as a class clown and my little brother. My little brother moved out of my father's house because some father had called and said they seen him, me, and everybody hanging out of the... My father was just a weirdo. So he took the cable TV out of my brother's room, and my brother was like, hell no. If I don't have MTV, I gotta bounce. So he bounced, and we lived with our mother with two other women that hit on me all the time. And my mother got pissed and kicked them out. And then it was just my mother and me. Yeah, me too, me shoe. You know what I mean? I've been hit on women since I was 12. It's disgusting. Leave me alone. I'm sorry I'm good looking. So we're just chilling and shit. And yeah, we go back to high school. When we just ran that shit. I'm like 19, my brother. We're in the same classes, and we're both we're just heroes of Lansingburg High School, and we went there for a year. We used to hang posters on the wall, like a dance, you know. There's a dance at the gym Friday. There's a party at the Shoey's house Friday. We had this. I can't believe the second floor didn't collapse. Undercover cops, just my mom came home drunk with her new boyfriend, and he was like, what's going on? Shut up. You'll be gone in a week. Just ask her. And then it was just like, yeah, everything just came like, you know, all right, I'm just going to get out of here. I'm going back to roofing. So I went back to Bill and Bob. They broke up, and Bob just happened to be the guy with that place, and we just started roofing again. And it was only like a couple months where I wasn't roofing, just in the Army, and we started traveling. My boss is like, who wants to go out of town and do a roof? Well, hell yeah. Now I'm with Dave Taylor, a dude that beat up like a whole Hell's Angels gang and had to let them beat him up so they wouldn't fuck his family up. Another Dave that thought he was a tough guy, and then just a bunch of other drunks. So we all head out to I think it was Utica, New York. My first job ever traveling as a roofer. It was beautiful. Nothing like just going to a hotel that's paid for, going into this local bars, meeting chicks for a one night stand, and putting a roof on and moving to the next town. It was a beautiful gig. And it was just like one day I was just standing on the roof. And we just had gotten there, and it's just like there was a gutter at the end, and I peed into a gutter that actually had a live wire opened that melted the ice and snow, and they never shut it off. So I actually got 220 volts shot through my penis. It just shot me back on the roof. I'm just laying there like, what's wrong, dude? I'm like, I was just pissing in this. And he looks, oh, and they all just start laughing. They all just start laughing. Either way, I got to do these couple cameos, guys, and then the story will be right back. Hope you guys are here, guys. Look at all these fucking haters, man.